Right, well, I'm joined here by these two gentlemen. What's your name firstly, sir?
It's Will Stadler.
Will Stadler and...
Tim Whiting.
Now, Tim is, or was, I should say, a PE teacher of Jonny Mays, and Will here was the coach at Eastbourne Rugby Club for Joe Marler. Yep. Let's start with you, because firstly, you can talk a little bit more, and then we can hear your South African accent. So, a South African coaching England's prop. Wow,
Correct.
what a dynamic we've got there.
Yeah, tell me about it. Never would have imagined that to happen one day, to be honest with you. But what a lovely feeling to see him play for England. And I think absolutely superb what he's achieved as a youngster, obviously building up towards it and everything as well. And I'm so massively proud of him. So really a great day for me to be here today as well, just to guard of honour for him. Absolutely fantastic.
I mean, you probably get asked this question all the time, but you started working with Joe when he was about 9 years old, up until he was 16. What kind of talent do you pick up in a kid at that age? And, you know, I guess you see it more when he's 15, 16, but at 9 years old, did you see that raw talent?
You do, though, because I mean, even when they're young, it's really sort of, you can see the ones, it's not future internationals you see in them, but you can certainly see someone has got the talent there. I mean, you know, just the ruggedness, just the way he goes about playing the game as well. There's no fear going into the tackles and everything. A bit of a really loose head sometimes, really going into the tackles and all of that. But yeah, you know, from that, the foundations, obviously it's too early to identify at a young age like that, but certainly the talent was there, and you could see future one, absolutely.
Was his hair cut there back at 9 years old?
No, it wasn't. It was prim and proper then. So, at least he's toned it down now a bit. So
Wouldn't have got away with that at 9, would he?
I don't think so, no, not at all.
Tim, what about Jonny May? Because everyone, the first thing that they'll say about Jonny May is that pace, that electric pace. As his PE teacher back then, was he as quick as he was now?
He wasn't as quick. He was fast, he was agile, had great reactions, well balanced, tremendous sportsman and sporting player, fully involved in athletics, gymnastics, rugby, basketball, all the sports. The electrifying speed didn't come till he'd gone through a growth spurt really after he was 16. So any youngsters out there who are really good but haven't had that development yet, hang in there, because you know it can happen even quite late.
But Jonny was an all-round sportsman. I mean, he probably had a range of options of sport he could have gone into.
Jonny could have gone into a number of other sports, but no, rugby is a number one I love, and so from Wilton Bassett Rugby Club and Hartpury, where he went to, he got his actual rugby coaching then.
What was it like then for you when you watch that moment against the All Blacks when Jonny sprints into that left corner?
It was. I said to Jonny afterwards. I mean, I asked Jonny what his main feeling was, and he said relief, because you know to deliver that on the big game against the All Blacks, and for me, I'd say it was every boy's dream, you know, just score that. You know, it was just sensational. And it was surreal. I mean, the first time I actually watched Jonny at Twickenham, his first senior game against Ireland, he stood there after the match, and I said to his dad, "Does all this seem real?" He just said no. He just really, it hasn't even sunk in yet, to be honest.
Amazing, isn't it? All those years on. You can see up here, but behind us, Will, up there, you can see the QBE Coaching Club, which is a big part of what QBE do, and getting 2015 coaches in place for 2015. I mean, going back to even when sort of Joe Marler was 9 years old. The thought of that, it would be unthinkable, wouldn't it? It's great to have a facility like that, and they'll coach over 50,000 players. Yeah,
absolutely. I think it is. You know, you've got to have, every youngster's got to give it an opportunity to basically show themselves on the pitch. I know, you know, it's really getting there and go and enjoy it. That's the main thing about the rugby, is when you enjoy it, the winning comes secondary. And that's the main thing we coach as coaches, is enjoy it. Go on there, express yourself and really give it all. And you can see the youngsters when they pitch up there on a Saturday or a Sunday when they play. It's just that joy in their face when they realise what you showed him on the training grounds becomes reality, and it's unbelievable. So definitely, I think it's such a good thing, especially with the World Cup next year. Go out there and experience it. It is unbelievable.
Does he still listen to Mr. Stadler?
He does sometimes, to be honest with you. But Joe's a law on himself, though. So he was, he was one of those that sometimes when you have a chat with him, it's my way. But yeah, absolutely. I'm still in contact with him on a daily basis, and I absolutely cherish it, to be honest with you. So lovely.
Tim, what's your chats these days like with Jonny?
They're good. They're good. And
you still live in fear of his PE teacher? He's going to make you do cross country around the field again.
Still emails Mr. Whiting. Some ex-students sort of naturally use Tim, but Jonny will always use Mr. Whiting and Sir. So it's quite quite nice in a way. I mean, we had some fantastic times together. It was tremendous to teach, and I fully endorse it. I think that's just been said. The basis has to be that pure enjoyment and a love of sport, no matter what sport is, and played it in the right sporting manner. I do believe England have got a squad who are all like that. And I think the coaching side, we saw from the Olympic Games how essential it is to have coaches in place for the influx after the World Cup. It's going to generate a massive amount of interest. There are going to be youngsters out there who have never tried it before, who will be desperate to play, and we have to have coaches in place, or we lose that one moment to actually capture people's imagination and get them involved. It's a fantastic sport. It takes all sizes and abilities. Really, it can accommodate all sorts of different backgrounds. It's a fantastic sport, and what QB are doing with the coaching program is exactly what we need in place before the World Cup, and I applaud them for it.
Good stuff. Well said. Listen, guys, hope you enjoy the game. And there we go. Jonny May and Joe Marler have got these two gents to thank for a large part of their careers, haven't they? Enjoy it.
Absolutely lovely. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Thanks.